I don't mind.
This show is brought to you by... Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I am Gus.
I am Gavin.
I am Blaine.
And Gus.
That's so weird. Gus's head is in the exact same place as Blaine's head when it cuts.
Is it? Oh. My head's way bigger,
Am I in the
though.
same as Gavin?
Yeah. There you go.
All right, the whole podcast like this.
My name's Blas.
But-
I like airplanes and weightlifting on airplanes.
I'm Dunkelman.
All right, stop that. That's a nightmare fuel.
Why was mine the only last name used?
Oh, it's the pumpkin spice episode. I don't know why he did it, but Eric texted me this morning. He's like, "Look at all the pumpkin spice stuff I bought, so we can test pumpkin spice." Oh,
Look how much of your budget I wasted.
and it's fall, so he brought us hats. Like
I got everyone
the
hats.
The Griff
and scarves.
hats.
There's scarves if you want to put on a scarf.
Nothing says
Eric-
the fall season like
Eric's-
Griff.
He
I be
slapped
offended?
us and then he said, "Arrive hungry."
Yes.
I went to P. Terry's right before we grabbed 2 hamburgers. Why do I associate that fabric with body odor?
Is this old?
Should I be offended that this is the hat you got me?
There's not enough hats for everyone.
Oh,
I'll
here.
wear a scarf.
You're a pumpkin.
There's a hat.
Oh,
That's not a hat.
What is that?
It's a cornucopia.
I ran into Eric at our prop location earlier, and I helped him find a few things. Then after he left, he texted me, and he was like, "Hey, I forgot something at the prop area. Can you bring it to me? 'Cause, I left a cornucopia box there." I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Then I went over to the prop area, and I was like, "What's a cornucopia box?" And I was like, so I texted, I was like, "I don't know what a cornucopia box is, so I'm just going to text you a bunch of boxes, and you tell me when I found it." He was like, "No, it's a box that literally on the side of it says cornucopia."
What does that mean?
Oh, it's what had this in it.
What does that mean?
It's a box of cornucopias.
That's what I have my head in.
That's what I think that thing is. It's a
cornucopia.
That's called a cornucopia?
Yeah.
Or is it when it has stuff in it?
I don't know. What's it called when it's not having anything in it?
A basket?
I always thought a cornucopia was a word for like a lot of things. Like there's a cornucopia of selections.
Right, that's like all the shit you see in this basket. It's a cornucopia.
Is that a proper usage of that term, or is it like do you only refer to it in a physical sense that it's a dumb fucking wicker ice cream cone?
I saw someone in chat go, is that Garfield? I think they're referring to that. I think they're referring to
Griffield.
Sorry.
Gus fixed the scarf. What's wrong with the scarf?
You're wearing it like a shawl?
There's so many ways to wear those things.
Is that better? I feel like a wizard.
You look like a wizard.
Are you playing Dungeons and Dragons?
What if we got ice cream, a big scoop of ice cream, and put it in that Gus hat?
I'm role playing.
Get a big melon
You're taking
ball.
like a gallon of ice cream and
I
just
mean,
put
we
it
don't
in there.
have a gallon of ice cream, but
Why?
we do because
have-
we do have pumpkin spice mochi
We have
ice cream.
pumpkin spice mochi.
Is that
I-
cold?
Yeah, he just brought it
Goddamn
up.
right it is.
Eric initially put it over there by Barbara, and I was like, no, put that here.
What's a mochi?
It's like you never had mochi before? It's like they mash down rice and make it like a.
That
Sweet
basket
thing?
was not good to your forehead.
Was it not? Let me eat one.
It looks like you got clawed by a cat. Like
You got it? Yeah.
mochi, there's like a rice.
Ooh, it's like flour on the outside.
Mochi. I will not tune
And
the mic.
it's pumpkin spice? Mochi?
Okay, this tastes like a pumpkin pie. This is fucking delicious.
Incredible.
Whoa.
Do I have like a gauze bag? Like, I'm not gonna like a lot of this stuff.
Here.
Where am I gonna puke away?
You know what a mochi?
No, I'm okay.
It tastes like
I don't like pumpkin.
like
that
you ate a
much.
dumpling before it was ready to be eaten.
It's delicious. It's actually really, really
I do
good.
love mochi though.
Here you go, bud.
It's fucking cold, bro.
Thanks, bro.
It's ice cream.
Da-ba-da-ba-da, da-ba-da-ba-da.
Honestly, there's too much pumpkin spice stuff. I got no problem with it. Look at this. This is ridiculous.
All right, well let's get one thing straight. There's pumpkin and there's pumpkin spice. Those are two different things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think pumpkin spice has no pumpkin in it. It's like
It's a flavoring.
a flavoring that's supposed to accompany pumpkin.
What is
Right.
it though? Why not call it what it is?
I don't know.
I do want to try this pumpkin spice latte cold brew though
Do it.
that we have right
What do
here.
you think about it, Gavin? You not like it? Oh,
You missed the trash can. It's right there, bro.
It's stuck to my finger.
God damn it. I've tried that stuff, the Stoke, before. Stoke's not bad. Doesn't have a lot of caffeine, which is a problem. That's a little.
Why does it says on the label, I literally can't even.
I think they're making fun of the basic bitches that buy Stoke cold.
You've tried this, you said, right?
Yes. I am a basic bitch. No. Yeah, I mean, I get it.
So what's the goal? Just to stuff up faces with all this stuff and make comments, witty comments?
What is Space Jam?
Well, here's the thing. Would
you like to try something?
There are multiple items there that have both the pumpkin spice version and the regular version.
Like a control.
Because I want you to tell me if it's better as a pumpkin spice product.
Okay. So I can have a Kit Kat normal.
Yes.
Sweet.
You can have a Kit Kat normal.
What the?
Oh, this is just one Kit Kat.
Well, I mean, there's multiple Kit Kats within it, I believe.
This like tastes like.
I was going to ask someone what was in the mochi, and the box is by me.
This tastes like the most authentic, like, to pumpkin spice. Because, like, you say pumpkin spice, and that's like it falls and like it's just sweet. That kind of tastes like pumpkin pie. That actually tastes like a spice, like cinnamon. You know? You
All right,
your mouth, and you're like, oh.
I've snapped off a similar sized control.
Yeah. Smart. Regulation Kit Kat.
That was a regulation Kit Kat.
Where did you find these hats, by the way?
Lock up.
Lock up.
Okay. Well, too late at this point.
You know what? It's been sitting in that hot stage. It's probably cooked all the germs off.
I'll eat one with you, Gav. The shitty pumpkin.
Anyone else want to
Kit
get in
Kat?
on this pumpkin pie Kit Kat?
That's all you, Gav.
Oh.
Oh, you already did it?
It's like biting a candle. A pumpkin candle?
How much do you think audio listeners are going to love this episode?
They're gonna hate it so much.
Because there's things we could talk about this week, aren't there, Gus?
It tastes like a burp. It's like I ate a burp out of someone's mouth.
We will talk about that in a bit. So I looked up on the mochi. One of the ingredients is pumpkin spice puree. Pumpkin puree, water, natural flavors,
Oh.
Yikes.
annatto extract, salt, cinnamon.
The thing that I don't like about pumpkin and
Nutmeg,
pumpkin spice is that, like, it's not that it's bad. It's just there are so many better things.
I got the candles because I thought those would be good controls so you could smell. But then, like, I couldn't find, I found one unscented candle.
An unscented candle?
What is that, for just light purposes?
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
Can I huff that?
Here you go.
Like, it's not that it's
this the control?
bad. It's just
No,
like,
that's the
ugh.
Wait, who's on the front of that one? Is it Jesus?
No, it's
This is
Virgin Mary.
regulation candle.
Yeah.
But if it's unscented, why are we even bothering smelling
to
it?
clear
Because
it.
that's regular candle.
I had to.
Doesn't
To
smell
clear
like
our nose
anything.
palate?
Why are you passing me this like this?
And then
is
you
a
can tell
joint?
me
I
if it's
don't
better as
want
pumpkin
this.
spice.
I had to use those for the big freeze.
Wow, yep. I smell nothing.
That's too much.
Right, that's good.
It's
Excellent.
overkill. It's all too much.
That's like pumpkin mixed with new car.
Good fuck. Good lord.
Good fuck.
Good fuck.
And in chat, Samuel Albert says, of course, this episode comes up right after I get my new headphones. Congrats, dude.
Pumpkins, it's not food. It shouldn't be eaten.
Pumpkins is
Dog
not
shit.
food.
Pumpkin.
I think that might be the
What is it
title.
then? I mean, there's obviously tons of pumpkin food here.
So the one I'm mostly curious about is I got pumpkin spice Twinkies and regular Twinkies. And I was really curious about that.
I'm not sure I've had a regular Twinkie.
You should. They're not bad.
Pumpkin spice butt plug?
There's nothing more American than a
Oh, is this
Twinkie.
some air?
No, don't do that.
Oh, no.
Bit of Glade?
That's going to destroy us.
I mean, yeah, we got that we got that for you to if you want to pumpkin spice it, you know what I mean?
No. Oh, God. It's like, what is it? Some Glade shit?
Can I have a look at that?
Yes.
Like, what are they even like?
Nope!
It's gonna be on your ass. Here, Gav.
I'm gonna go home. My girlfriend's gonna be like, "You smell great." This has got caramel in it as well.
Yeah,
backfired.
you realize you're sitting right next to him.
So you said do you want one of these pumpkin spice Twinkies, Eric? You said you're curious about it.
Are these the inject holes?
Yeah, they are. Well, little,
Give me
little,
Twinkie.
little twink there for you.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, or this is a pumpkin? Okay, I don't even need it. I've never actually liked Twinkies, just regular Twinkies or otherwise.
Honestly, after that candle, I can't smell. I can't taste this. The candle has that candle has destroyed
You
me.
want to sniff the regulation candle
No.
to clear your palate?
This just tastes like a Twinkie.
This is the. Did you just throw me a pumpkin one, Gav?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the gauze of a Twinkie? What is that?
It's like a cream.
Cream.
Just whipped cream? Mm-hmm.
And if you lick the breading, It doesn't taste much different than a
I don't like
normal
that.
Twinkie. Is it the cream filling that's pumpkin flavored?
Oh shit!
Okay.
Just the pumpkin one.
Yeah.
I'll eat
they
the back
make-
end of it.
Do they make chocolate Twinkies or are those devil food cakes?
You can get chocolate Twinkies, but chocolate filling is a thing, and then they have like one that's covered on the outside, and that's a chocodile. Gavin, how is it? What?
It's all terrible.
Why? What do you mean?
Who buys it?
The mochi was good.
Oh, Barbara, those are little bites. I got chocolate chip muffins and pumpkin spice muffins.
See, here's the thing. I love Little Bites, chocolate chip in particular, and the blueberry ones are good too. But this is just like again. Why would you ever choose this
It's limited edition.
over this?
Oh, it
though?
says it on the top. Limited.
I used to live off those as a kid.
These.
Oh yeah, little bites.
Well,
I
now
used to-
now as an adult, you can try them pumpkin spice.
I used to like devil food cakes, like the taste of them. And then whenever I'd get them at the cafeteria, they were just unlabeled, like little chocolate snacks. And then when I learned that they were called devil food cakes, I was brought up religious, and I was like, I can never eat those again.
Devil food cakes.
Are you okay, Gavin?
Best by November 7th.
Thank you. Are
Just
these the
in
regular
time.
ones? Chocolate chip. These are the regular ones. Barbara's got the
Barbie,
fucked up
instead of
ones.
me opening
Regulation
up a package,
bites?
I just have one of those.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're so greasy.
I know.
I've never had these before.
These actually aren't bad.
We guys are going to throw that at me.
Can you chuck me a pumpkin one?
Mike, you look like you're about to bite my jugular. Would you like some little
Oh,
bites?
why is it
okay.
wet?
They're all greasy, yeah.
They're wet. It's disgusting.
Wet bites?
I don't want
These
it
are
anymore.
good.
The chocolate chip ones are good.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of this stuff is like, here, child that I'm packing a lunch for school.
Are there more
Here
than-
is a snack for you to have later. Muffins.
Don't wash your hands.
So far of all this stuff, if I were to buy these to begin with, I don't think I would make the switch. Like none of these are like, wow, that's
Better.
actually really good.
None of
The
it's better.
mochi.
Well, seeing as that was the first time eating mochi, I think I'd be interested in buying mochi. Yeah, sure.
Mochi's delicious.
This just tastes like a
I would
pumpkin
say,
bread.
Pumpkin
Yeah,
bread,
I would say that's the best pumpkin-y one yet.
Yeah,
just
because it's subtle.
They didn't go over the top. Right.
Well, if you want to talk about pumpkin bread, there's pumpkin bread right at the front. If you want to grab both of those loaves.
No, dude, that's Jewish rye.
Well, I had to have a control.
Gimme.
Control was rye bread.
The control is rye bread.
Rye bread is delicious.
See?
It is.
And we know that. And that's
Right.
why it's the control.
I like how much money you spent on this.
Well, let's not talk about that.
I like the effort that you went to get not only an overwhelming variety of pumpkin
Yes.
flavored things, but also
Doing this out with
their counterpart.
There's-
I wanted to settle the score once and for all is if pumpkin spice is worth it.
So far, no.
Oh.
So far, I think we got a 0 out of 10.
That's the biggest slice of bread maybe I've ever seen.
It's
It's 2.
It's the butt and
That's also 2.
I think we should make the most pumpkin
like a
sandwich
piece of-
possible.
Oh, that's what. See, this is what I'm talking about. Gavin, what a great idea.
I'm trying to stretch
There's
your
some
budget.
marshmallows at the front.
You want to dip it in
All right,
the
well,
coffee?
let me up. I've got limited range of operation.
That's true.
That's the sauce bar.
Gavin,
not bad.
Gus, can you help Gavin create the most
have a-
pumpkin sandwich?
Can I have a plate?
This is just like,
Oh, there's plates down there, yeah.
this tastes like cinnamon raisin bread. The pumpkin.
yeah. You want some bath gel on there?
Oh, that's to wash your hands in case.
Oh no, I need some sort of like. Do you have pumpkin mayo?
No.
What's going to work as a good spread?
Can you use the cream from the inside of a
Of a
pumpkin?
Twinkie or a Pop Tart.
I think you could.
Oh, Pop-Tart, yeah.
Yeah, milk a Twinkie and a Pop Tart on there.
I'm just gonna, because I'm imagining someone's gonna eat this. I'm just gonna pull it off.
Can you actually get goo out of a Pop Tart?
I'm gonna make this.
The goo, not really, no.
No?
It's pretty thin and like hardened in there.
Blaine is trying to squeeze the cream out of that Twinkie.
Trying to milk a Twinkie.
Isn't it fun having a bunch of very mature friends?
Yeah, that's about as good as it.
Look, Barbara, Eric spent the money, all right?
Listen, I'm not saying it. I
gonna
don't
put,
like it. It's just an
little bit of mochi in
interesting
there?
way to live.
Yep.
I don't want to touch it for sanitary
nuts?
purposes.
Oh, yeah, there's trail mix, both regular and pumpkin spice.
Yo, hit me up with some trail mix.
There's also pretzels, both regular and pumpkin spice.
Oh, both?
Barbara, do
you have
want
a
pumpkin
knife?
Spice almonds or trail mix?
There's
Trail
spoons.
mix.
Pumpkin spice spoons?
No, they're regular spoons.
Oh.
They should
You only got the
be-
control on
should be
those.
on the table in the middle.
They should be. You're right.
Pumpkin spice peanuts, cinnamon flavored pretzel balls, yogurt covered raisins, and pumpkin seed kernels.
Ooh.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Oh, there's your sauce.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. We also have a pumpkin spice Greek yogurt.
That sounds like a wet bread situation, though, doesn't it?
That's
Well,
what I
no,
was
I
worried
mean,
about.
I mean, think about mayo.
Mayo. Or do you not like mayo?
Is mayo too wet?
Whoops.
Yo, this fucks.
There's a reason I bought that.
What is that?
I know that's good.
This is a pumpkin spice trail mix.
Oh, put some of that in.
We'll try some pumpkin
Good
spice
lord.
almonds as well.
I think we have to substitute the mochi. I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, that's too bad.
Unless I have a knife.
There should be spoons there.
There should be.
Oh. Hey, Blaine, I couldn't find pumpkin spice Reese's peanut butter cups, but those are shaped like pumpkins, so I figured that was close enough.
That works.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna eat
the
this whole bag.
Fuck?
Pumpkin spice
That's
almonds
the
aren't bad.
weirdest looking
What is that?
Reese's.
Well, let's replace one of these.
I think that those are both different.
Oh.
This is overwhelming.
There's a Lara bar. Wait,
Oh, wait. The
I'm
aftertaste
overwhelmed.
on the pumpkin spice almonds is actually disgusting.
and a date and nut bar.
This is what we've
I
got so
regret
far for
everything.
the sandwich.
It's looking good.
And then I guess
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm going to have to eat this quick. Oh. Yogurt bread. Does anyone do that?
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you.
This smells like a fart.
Oh my god, that's so much. That's so much yogurt.
Can you take a picture of your phone?
Yeah. Hold on.
Seasoning.
They're going to want this for the thumbnail.
Can you record this in ProRes?
Eric, are you gonna come take a bite of this?
Oh, Gavin, if you know what, we can both take a bite. I'll bite it.
Yeah. I got to fold it into a...
I think you should enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm just trying
Okay.
to fit as much shit on there as I can.
Here we go. It's becoming a sandwich.
Okay, here it comes to become.
Wow.
That looks pretty good.
That actually looks like something that like Brahms or Dairy Queen would sell.
Whoa.
Wow.
Incredible.
How's that looking?
Sandwich.
Disgusting. Absolutely terrible.
Let's give it a bite. I'm going to have to press it down, Eric.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. Go for it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, no.
Broke the plate.
Oh, let's get a good shot of that.
Give as close as you can to the microphone.
No, maybe not that part.
I want the crunch.
It's a bit wide.
It's pumpkin bread, pumpkin spice. You don't like it.
That is no
That's some good camera work. Following the sandwich there.
He's got yucky.
That's right there, dude.
There's napkins on the front. There's all these napkins.
What a great place to put them. Oh,
Where are the spoons? You keep talking about fucking spoons.
They should be on the.
I keep saying they should be.
They're right here somewhere.
There it goes.
Okay. Hey, we will definitely want.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
It's the yogurt bread, as you said, is very
Yogurt bread.
wet. That's so wet. This is wet.
Yogurt?
This is wet.
Wait, I know. You keep saying
Get a
it.
nice deep bite.
Turn the mic so we can hear Eric talking about how
so
wet.
It's just soaked.
it's very
It's
wet.
so
It's a sloppy
wet.
sandwich.
It's just wet. It's soaked. Why is it so wet?
Take a bite.
Oh,
Nom nom.
Oh, it's tiny.
Ooh,
I
Eric
need
is
an
tiny.
adult. My mouth is doing that thing where it's salivating like I'm gonna throw up, and I'm not even the one biting it.
Hell yeah, dude.
y'all know.
Hello. Yeah, baby.
It smells like someone took a shit right in the middle of a Bath and Body Works. Just like
It really does.
I like it.
All right, you can take it. You can have it. It's yours.
No, it's yours. You can have that.
Gus,
Gavin's
Gus,
still working on that bite.
Every time I swallow a bit more, I get new flavors.
All right, I'm gonna put this back here.
I think it's good.
It's not. Those were terrible. I mean, at first you're like, "Oh, this is really good," and then it sits in your mouth, and you're like, "This is disgusting."
that yogurt looks like baby shit, doesn't it? Just like oh,
I love it.
That probably is helping him.
to eat it.
Just to think of something else other than pumpkin.
Ugh.
Baby shit.
Thanks for that, Eric.
That's
Enjoy.
Thank you, Eric. What a lovely treat.
So what's the verdict? Are we pro pumpkin spice or?
listen. If people like it, more power to them. I think it's an abomination.
I mean, it was a big thumbs up from Gavin.
Yeah, it was great.
Also, don't let anyone tell you you're basic or a basic bitch by liking
That's
pumpkin
what
spice.
That's what this thing says.
I hate that. I hate the whole idea that, like, especially girls are made fun of for liking anything. Like, if they like stuff like pumpkin spice lattes or Ugg boots or like, you know, Gossip Girl, it's like, oh, you're basic. But if you like sports, you're a poser or like just trying to fit in or whatever it is. It's like, we can't like anything without
can't
being
win.
made fun of.
So what should it say on there?
Just coffee.
Listen,
Just
I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. This
Yeah,
is
dude.
not for me. I think this is disgusting. If you like it, whatever. It has no effect on me. I'm not going to buy this stuff.
What, in your opinion, what is the best seasonal thing?
Listen, there is no seasonal thing that's good. Because if it was good, it would be available all the time.
Got
it's
it.
all gimmick. If it's seasonal, it's gimmicky.
What about Shiner?
What about like their seasonal beers and stuff?
You know, like some fruit
I-
only
I-
grows sometimes. What do you mean?
I would be, but I like what he's talking about, like something that can be easily produced
If it was
anytime.
any good, it would be growing
That
all
stuff I
season.
think is good in moderation, in like little bits, and only some of them. Some of their beers, some of their seasonal beers, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
Fruit, we can get shit from all over the world now. Winter here, summer in the southern hemisphere. Not a big deal. You can get shit almost any time.
There's less space in the southern hemisphere for shit to grow.
There's less land in the southern hemisphere is another way to say it. Maybe a more correct way to say
Less
it.
space.
Fair play.
Oh, I thought you were taking another bite.
I don't even know where the thing is. I hope it's in the bin somewhere.
Gus is hiding it.
Here, you want some?
For later.
You could have some rye bread
Look,
to
there's an
cleanse the
untouched
palate.
side. You could go for
No,
that.
I'm not eating that.
Why not?
Let me
I
try
would
it.
vomit.
Let me try it.
I would vom.
That's good.
Barbara's going to
I'll
do
try
it.
That's
some.
good TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if Barbara does it, the pressure's on for Gus.
No. The pressure's
about
on for
Blaine?
Blaine. I'm an old man. My doctor told me not to eat gross shit anymore.
Wait, Barbara, hang
It
on.
doesn't give me prostate cancer or something.
See, the thing that's making it worse is the already existing bites out of it.
It's on the
I
other
thought
end.
the worst part was how wet it was.
I mean, it's not too bad. What is this?
Was that the mochi?
That's a marshmallow, I think.
Oh.
Oh, marshmallow.
Oh, gingerbread's pretty good. You know what? Eggnog. That's another one.
No.
Someone
Oh,
mentioned that?
very
awful.
Yep.
Eggnog's great.
Oh, there you go.
Good job, Barbara. Get it.
You're doing your job right now, Barbara. You're at work.
I'm getting paid for this. It's not good.
I need a palate.
There's nothing about it that is good.
You're gonna take a pumpkin spice shit later.
But I'm
all of
also
you.
not about to throw
Blaine,
up
you-
either.
You want me to give you some pumpkin
bad.
cobra?
Yeah. I like I said, I like Stoke. I don't think that particular flavor is that great, but I'm
give
still
that a
gonna
go.
take that shit home though because coffee's coffee.
I'll wash my sandwich down maybe with some of that.
Yeah. All right.
Do you think after this you'll never be able to have anything pumpkin flavored ever again, Gav?
I don't know. Maybe it's like why it's like I'm. What was I saying?
It broke his brain.
Turned into a pumpkin.
What happened? Are you okay?
Don't worry.
Dealing with new flavors.
We have a medic on set.
Oh, dude.
Barbara took another bite.
No, I took a bite of the mochi. That's fucking nasty, dude.
Yeah, maybe
That was
I'm
the
just
worst
You throw
one.
it.
developing my palate by forcing all of these flavors in at once.
Well, oh god,
You can have some.
That looks so bad right now.
You can have a little bite.
I don't know what else to eat, where else to eat. Has this been chewed on?
Yeah, this bit.
Yeah,
That's
right
just
there.
the crust fell off.
There you go,
That's
bud.
untouched.
there you go.
Bite Blaine. Okay.
Ooh, thanks.
Here you go,
Is this Blaine?
Oh, there's some nice
it a
coffee
reward?
that you don't like.
Just trying to.
Jesus.
I'm gonna chase
Hey, cheers.
it. Cheers.
To basic bitches.
Why is it so hard?
Probably the big cereal
Oh my
bar you
god,
put-
the date bar fucking sucks, bro.
The what?
The date bar.
No hip hop.
The date bar?
Hip hop.
Is that
There's a date bar in there.
a planet in Star Wars?
This GM
Eat it. Eat
just said
it.
you had
eat
a
it.
pumpkin spice stroke live on the set.
I mean, it's a lot of sugar. We
Yeah.
just probably got like super overwhelmed with sugar.
I'm glad that I got a hamburger on the way here because otherwise I think I would have had like a
didn't-
sugar rush and then died.
Yeah.
You didn't heed Eric's warning of arrive hungry?
No, it's not. When I walked in, I was like, oh, fuck.
So,
All right.
thank you, Eric, for helping us.
No, Gavin, you don't like that too?
Yeah.
This is like
everything.
what pumpkin spice is for, right? Is the coffee flavor? Awful.
Oh.
Is it bad? Oh, let me try a little bit. You want some, Barbara?
I mean, Blaine doesn't like it too.
Take a little.
But I'll drink it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's just such a
You know on planes,
useless flavor.
they have the ashtrays still, and
Yeah.
there's like old 25-year-old ash in there. This is what I imagine sticking your tongue in one would taste like.
Dunka. Oh wait,
So do you think Starbucks is responsible for the pumpkin spice craze?
I think, yeah. The people start going crazy for that pumpkin spice latte. This is good.
This is actually very
This is
good.
fine.
We were talking about
because it doesn't
Starbucks.
taste like pumpkin at all.
Is it shit or
this
is it not?
This is the best thing here. Starbucks, I think, I'm not a fan of their coffee. I think their coffee's, if you just get coffee or just like an Americano, like not a sweet drink, I think their coffee tastes very, acidic and almost like it's burned most of the time. I'm not a fan of their coffee, but I am a fan of the convenience.
Yeah.
I drink Starbucks fairly regularly just because we've talked about it before. You can order in the app. You can do exactly what you want. Order ahead of time. You get there. It's waiting for you. They're fucking everywhere.
Well, it's the same approach as McDonald's too, because it's reliable. You know, it's going to taste fairly the same wherever you go. So
There's this. You guys would love this, Gavin. You know about this, but there is a place in Austin, and I'm sure other places have done this before. But you get in, you get seated at a table. It's a place where you could also play board games at the restaurant. And there's a little QR code on the table that you scan that takes you to a menu. You order on that menu in the app. You could pay on that. You could also add things to your bill and then choose to check out, and they just bring it to you. There's no interaction that needs to happen whatsoever.
I feel like they get more sales. I
Absolutely.
definitely order more drinks because it's already open on my
You
phone.
don't have to wait for someone to come back. You don't have to
Ramen
talk to
Tatsu
anyone.
is ordering like that right now.
Really?
If you eat there, that's the way. At least the last time I went there, that's the way it worked. Is you do it on the app. It's great, like you said. You can order your food, be like, oh, I wish I had one more thing. It's like, oh, you don't have to worry about flagging someone down. Just open up your phone.
And no
do another
judgment
one.
either, because
Yes.
you're I just want more.
someone said hot chocolate. That's another seasonal thing that I like a lot. Like hot chocolate just hits different. Hot cider, apple cider. That's a fun seasonal thing.
Also,
Nah.
speaking of Starbucks too, I don't know if you guys ever get their food, like their breakfast sandwiches or anything like that. Very subpar.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
don't think I've ever had one there.
they're so incredibly bland and boring. But if you just need food, it's whatever.
Wait, what is?
Starbucks food,
Oh.
their breakfast sandwiches in particular.
Yeah.
It's just essentially sustenance. Yeah.
RTX, to me, if I had to sum up a taste for RTX, it would be a dirty iced chai latte and egg white wrap. Because that's what I have every morning at RTX. And that's just that I associate that taste with now.
Is that what your guardian always gets you?
Yeah, just because it's just easy and there's one that's nearby, and I'll just be like, hey, would you mind going and grab this?
We were
I just get room service.
Well, they don't shack me up in a hotel because I'm not good enough.
earlier today. We were in a building that we haven't spent a lot of time in since the start of the pandemic and everything. We were doing some filming in there, and it was fascinating to walk around there because there were old calendars and to-do lists still up everywhere
From
that were just
2019.
abandoned. There was still a whiteboard that was filled with a 2019 calendar, and I could see the 2019 RTX dates on it. There was a 2020 production calendar that goes up to March 16th. After that, it's just empty.
Also, everything is covered in an inch of dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the apocalypse, and it's only been a year and a half. There's also, do you remember Bernie's scooter? The
one that had the little leg thing?
Yeah.
between the legs.
Yeah.
It's plugged in charging, but it's literally covered in cobwebs and dust.
It was charging the whole time?
Well, it's plugged
not
in,
explode?
but then where it plugs into the wall is unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's it's plugged into an outlet, but that outlet's not plugged into a wall.
Honestly, it's creepy. We had plenty of warning that we were going to be working from home, but it looks like some people just got up and left with coffee on their desk.
That's what it looked like with those calendars.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Last Laugh Season 1 is right here on the calendar still.
Jesus. It's it's just Chernobyl vibes when you walk in and you're like, what the fuck happened here? People left that stuffed animal right there, and
Yeah.
Except for, it's not Chernobyl.
Yeah, it was really creepy to walk back around in that office area.
Have you seen that big crane claw thing that's at Chernobyl? It's like one of the most radioactive things on the planet.
Yes, yeah.
And they just had to just dump it in the forest. But it's like anyone can go walk up to it and get irradiated if they
Third
want.
testicle.
Yikes.
Terrifying. There's just like lethal objects just sat on Earth.
Yeah,
I worry about the future generations.
I know.
Well, that was like a big deal when they started having to deal with nuclear waste from reactors and whatnot. It's like, how do you make warning signs so that even once all humans
Right.
are gone, future life knows to avoid the area?
What the fuck?
Right. So have you never seen these? Like
No.
People had to develop signs. Like, how do you warn people who who might not even have the same kind of language we do? How can you make pictographs or iconography that depict warning?
What would so my approach would be, that's a humanoid skeleton. That's the best that I could come up with. Or it would be like a human and then like a picture of the thing and then a skeleton next to it implying death.
But I think this is even taking it a step further. Like, what if humans don't exist anymore?
Yeah.
But also, what if you don't associate a skeleton with death?
We associate with Dia de los Muertos. Oh, Coco, this way. I don't know.
that's a good question.
What's the thing look like?
I'm trying to find the pictogram. Our internet is wonderful here.
Because I guess you can't rely on color because color could mean different things for different, like,
Yeah, like red,
cultures.
Color
human
also
symbols.
fades.
Yeah. How the fuck would you do that?
So, so they call it long-time nuclear waste warning messages. They're intended to deter human intrusion at a nuclear waste repository in the far future, within or above an order of magnitude of 10,000 years.
Cool.
So, I mean, I see some proposed pictograms and design for information. I'm trying to see if there's any final. The proposed pictograms are weird. It's like stick figures and radioactive symbols.
Oh, wow.
like a
Like, don't
game of
dig
Hangman.
down.
That's still very vague to me. That looks like, oh, cool, a triangle gold mine or something. Yeah, that reminds me. That reminds me. I don't, Gus. You're probably gonna know what it's called, but the that golden disc that they shot out into space.
Oh, they put in a Voyager. It's on Voyager, right?
Maybe, but it's like the human male and the human female, and then like they have all these different like life on Earth, like
Showing all our weaknesses and where we are, how to come kill us.
Yeah, they have Hitler on there for some reason. and
Nice.
Pythagorean theorem and shit.
I feel like aliens have already been here,
Yeah,
and they probably weren't impressed.
yeah. Can you point to a moment in time where it's like specifically like that's when the aliens came?
It could have been a long time ago. It could be right now.
They could be among us.
Could be one of you.
Could be right next to me.
It's like Among Us.
It's weird that one day the final human will die.
Yes.
What year do you think that would be?
Well, I feel like
2024?
Jesus Christ. I feel like it. I guess there could be one left, but I feel like it's going to be some catastrophe that like wipes out a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, even if it is like a planetary event that wipes out all life, there'll still be a moment where there's one person alive, even if it's for like a fraction of a
Do
second.
you think you'd want to be that person?
Nope.
It's so depressing. You know that the thing that was happening? There's like cicadas that they have they shake their butts and they make the
One more time.
and then they make the noises.
Yeah.
There was like a disease going around the cicadas where they were shaking their asses off, and that was like how they were able to mate. And I think it might have been taking their genitals with them, but like it was in the very least how they were able to signal to other cicadas that they can mate. I'm terrified something like that'll happen, like a dick rot disease, and then we're just unable to reproduce,
Listen,
and then that's how we
it's
end.
not even necessarily anything that specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw how crazy things went with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
which was not that it was more transmissible than other diseases we've encountered in the past, but it could have been way worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if it was an order of magnitude 10 times worse?
Why would you say things like that?
Right, I'm just saying, like, we've already had a brush with something that was fucking
And
terrible.
we've shown how awful we are at handling
Right.
it.
And that nobody wants to do anything about that.
In order to combat us willing this into existence, something worse, I want to say this. I hope we don't get this clipped 5-6 years from now. Like we did, like I think there was like several RT podcast clips where it's
yeah.
like, holy shit, Farmahini predicted the
there's a podcast clip of him talking about how like that's going to be the downfall, right? Is like some type of pandemic or
Yeah.
something, or like we're years away from one.
eerie.
He knew.
Well, Nostradamus. Though.
I mean, there have been a lot. I mean, like, was swine flu technically a pandemic?
Probably
like all over
to
the
an
world.
I think it
extent.
was, but yeah, it was like swine flu, and even before that, SARS. There was like a SARS outbreak back in 2003. Swine flu was like 07, 08.
It was 08 because I remember in high school we made an informational video for our broadcast. It was a Mac versus PC, but we were parodying it, and I was like swine flu, and somebody else was something else. Cold.
Jesus Christ.
And no, it was ultimately like educational because people were fucking losing their minds.
The interesting thing to me about swine flu when that was going around, I ate a lot of pork because pork prices cratered. Like,
Yeah.
I don't,
Oh yeah,
it
because
just-
no one wanted to eat.
no one
pork.
wanted to eat it because it was called swine flu.
a
Even though
misnomer.
you couldn't get it from eating
Well,
pork.
it's
You couldn't
like
get it from a pig.
At the beginning of COVID, there was people who were staying away from Chinese food restaurants because there was that assumption of like,
Oh,
well, the
God.
virus came from China.
That's- yeah.
Obviously a very racist and
Yeah.
terrible thing, but like, it's probably the same thing with pork, where people are like, oh, could I get it from this because it's in the name?
Countering
so
that though,
stupid.
Corona, I think like their
Like the
sales
beer?
fucking skyrocketed.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. I thought they.
I just remember when the vaccines hit, and this is before all of the variants. There was a group of people that we had, like 3 of us had birthdays in May, so we were like, let's get a fucking lake house, let's like hang out because we know we're safe. And I remember going to the liquor store and all Corona products were sold out. I think it was just people were like, well, Corona, no.
Well, by then I think there was some time that had passed, right? That was like a year after.
True.
Hey, my birthday's in May.
End of May, though.
It's gonna be me.
Hang out the other day.
According
Yeah, we did.
according to CBS News, no, their sales really did not suffer. Doesn't seem like it had much of an impact.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
It was speculated early in the pandemic that
that there might be.
they would, but
suffer.
it doesn't seem like it happened.
I just remember I was in my apartment at the time before I got the fuck out of there because I hated it. There was like these 2 people walking past me. I was masked, they weren't. And then they were like, yeah. And so for the party, I got White Claws and then Corona, Avi. And I was just like, it was like GTA NPC level of conversation. I was like, I fucking hate this world.
There was I was out of town this week, and I was flying back last night from Toronto to Austin, and there were these 2 girls on the plane, like backwards diagonal from me, so I could hear their conversation very loudly. And at one point, they're talking like that, like, oh my God, blah, 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 like at a level that's ear piercing. And I was like, you guys are sitting right next to each other. You don't have to talk that loud. So I like look back. They're both not wearing their masks. They're like pulled down over their mouth. And I see the flight attendant. She makes eye contact with me, and I kind of do the like side eye thing.
Yeah.
And so she goes over to them. She's like, ladies, you'll have to put your masks up over your face for the whole flight. And they're like, yeah. And they put it up. And then like maybe 10 minutes later, flight attendant's like serving people. And I'm hearing them talk again. And I look back, their fucking masks are off again. And they're just talking. And then the flight attendant comes back and she goes, all right, listen. You don't just put it on when I'm around. You wear it the whole flight. And if I have to ask you again, we're going to have trouble. Like, essentially,
Damn.
like, laying down the law
Yeah.
immediately. And then they put it back on. But I'm just like, cut, like
Why do you have to be told? Why do you have to be like policed on that?
3-hour flight. Just put it on. Just do it. You're not being oppressed.
Yeah.
You're not being, like, subjected to, like,
it
something
doesn't
terrible.
really obscure your ability to talk to someone sitting right next to you
Not
either.
at all.
Yeah.
Also, friendly reminder that we've all been vaccinated and tested, so we're cool.
I got all of them.
What?
Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. I just like,
Filled to the brim, baby.
Yeah.
Cocktail of vaccines.
I'm more vaccine than human now. My cell phone reception's great.
We did our first convention, too,
Oh,
post-COVID.
How was
or
that?
I guess we're still in COVID, but it was great. So in Ontario, they have a vaccine mandate for public spaces like restaurants, bars, and things like that, and convention center. So everyone at the convention had to be fully vaccinated and masked the whole time.
yeah, I would assume that would be the way to do it.
Which I didn't think about this, but because kids under 12 can't get vaccinated yet, there was no kids at this convention.
Oh,
Which
so
I was
it
like,
was like,
oh, that's weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really realize it until like the last day. I was like, I haven't seen many like young kids here. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
They're all outside crying.
No. That was great.
Yeah, but I think they're approving that now. Well, at least in the U.S., like that stuff's getting through and being approved now. I think they just approved like ages 5 to 11.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
Oh,
but
good.
they only get like a third of the dose of an adult
Better than nothing.
because they're weak little wimps.
Weak little baby
I
bodies.
take a full dose because I'm an adult. I got both. I got all of them.
What was the thing you were looking forward to most about growing up when you were a kid? What were you excited to do as an adult?
The things I was excited to do was like, the thing I was most excited was that I could play video games whenever I wanted. Like that was being an adult to me was like, I don't have to go to school. Like I could stay home if I want to just play a video game. I can fucking do that. What about you?
I remember being really excited to be tall enough to play pool. To be like higher than the table. So I could
But
be
you
like,
still had to like.
yeah. Just from like being on holiday as a kid and just being like,
Do you play pool a lot now?
not ever. Just like watching older family do it. I was like, oh, one day I'll do it.
Yeah.
You got one?
Like what I was excited about. Nah. I hated being tall. I wanted to be short forever.
You just knew that when you were short.
Yep.
You're like, I'm staying at this
I want
height.
to stay down here.
What about you, Blaine? Did you
And I
have
was like,
anything?
ow.
Normal answer would be like just being able to hang out with adults and not like, like just kind of
Yeah.
being able to exist. Perverted answer, boobs. Just like full access to porn. Yeah, I know. I often point that out to my girlfriend and be like, man, I like my inner middle school version of me is really appreciating this moment. She's like, well, why can't you just appreciate it as like you now? I was like, oh.
It's like the opposite of someone filming a concert. It's like, just live in the moment. No, it's for the future. You're just like,
Yeah.
just think about the
Yeah,
past right now.
just enjoy it.
Just tell her, imagine I'm 14 years old right now.
Jesus Christ. Did you guys also, I guess this, I don't know, maybe a question for all of you, but did you guys have like the kids table growing up when at like family
Yeah.
holiday dinners
Yes,
and stuff?
yeah.
fucking hated it.
Well, what's funny is like, I was like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult where I get to sit at like the big table, like not with the kids. And then like the first year I was at the adult table, I was like, this is boring.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about mortgages. I want to go talk about The Simpsons and like Spice
I
Girls
feel like
at the table.
so much of my childhood was spent at the table. And I feel like it's a very European, like very Italian thing to just sit at the dinner table for about 5 hours. And I just felt like I hadn't lived a lot of time. So like I felt like the majority of my time was just sat around adults at the table.
Wait, so as in like being at a dinner table, like talking, like you wanted to be there or forced to be there?
Just because I was like
That's like what your
5 or
family
something.
was?
But just everyone's just always at the table all night.
Yeah, that's
And no,
not
I didn't
just
have a pool table.
I think that's
in
just
the
a
chat.
European
That was just on
thing, right?
holiday.
Just spending more time like
taking your time
taking
eating.
your time eating. In America, we're like, I need the bill this minute.
Yeah, I
need
feel
to
like
get
it
the
was
fuck
very
outta
common
here.
for my family to like start eating pretty late, maybe like 7 or 8, and then they get the espressos in at like 11 p.m. and
Oh my
just
God.
keep going. It's like,
Hell yeah,
I'm tired.
that's my
Yeah,
speed.
I want to play Nintendo.
I don't want to ever drink coffee after like 5 or 6 p.m. I'm like, that's it. That's enough.
Even that would be late for some people.
Yeah, that's pretty. I would never do that. That would be the latest if a situation came. I guess I drank some coffee right now. That's why. But look, it's right on time. 5 and 6 p.m.
What about the first year
I'm
you
living
guys
my
were living in a place that wasn't with your parents? Like that, I think to me was like the best moment of being an adult and not a kid anymore. Was like I get to make all my decisions without having to tell anybody about them or ask anybody permission for them. Like, I want to buy this at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask permission from my parents. Like, could we get this?
Yeah. And
You buy this
invariably,
one.
you fuck it up a
Yeah.
ton, like
I had
over
such
and
a bad
over.
job.
Yeah, and then like, oh, that's why things are done this way.
Yeah.
I just remember having like a fucking panic attack like week 2. Literally, I remember the exact carpet and where I was and everything that I was on the floor fucking losing my shit.
Living alone?
Yeah, because like I was away from my parents.
Just
and then
staring at the ground.
I just gone through a breakup and I was like, I remember just like heaving, like my rib cage hurt. I was like,
no. Mama, dad.
The walls were so thin. I guarantee everyone around could hear me just going.
Oh fuck! The new guy sucks. Yeah, I moved straight from my parents' house in England to Jeff's house
To
in
Austin.
Austin.
So you never lived alone, have you?
I mean, I lived in his backyard alone, but I was like 10 feet from him.
His backyard. That makes
I
you
lived
say
in,
like
like, the
pitching
little-
a tent out there.
Little studio apartment, had a little, had like 300 square feet. It was
Yeah, I
sick.
remember that.
Had a little telly, had a little kitchenette,
It's like the perfect little space.
little shower.
Imagine you like Snoopy just like laying on the roof.
And what's nice too is that your friends were just like right over there.
Yeah.
So like if you wanted to hang out with people, you could. If you didn't, you also could do that.
Yeah, that period of my life taught me that I need so little to
Yeah.
be happy. Like, I didn't really have anything. I had like a TV and an Xbox, but that was about it. And a laptop.
When I moved out, like I went to college very briefly for like a couple days. Then I dropped out and I moved to Austin. I had a roommate, but I remember a lot of time, that I had roommates. I had 2 different roommates for a while, and then I moved out on my own, like my own place, all by myself, my own apartment. I don't ever remember being in that apartment because I
What
think
do you
like
mean?
I was always like out trying to meet up with friends or do things. Like I would only ever go back to that apartment to sleep or
Yeah.
like. Plus, it was in like a really shitty part of Austin.
Did you ever bring a girl
Is
back
this
there?
Riverside?
Yeah, it was off of Lakeshore, like where the Oracle campus is now. But it used to be like really crime-ridden back then for some reason. Girl, come on. Look at me talking to you. No, never. For some reason, the situation never came up.
I remember my first apartment outside of the co-op and college and stuff was just like that, where it's like I must have spent like 8 hours a day and that's it, just from sleep and just like scrub my balls and going out. I hated that place. I remember I got that place. It was the cheapest I could find. It was closest to downtown. And I remember taking a couple of steps and I felt like a squelch under my foot. And I was like, did I just step on a bug? And I looked down. They had laid this like fake laminate hardwood floor and it had shot caulking glue out. And like if you would walk in certain spots in my place, you would just shoot. It was like the whole place is a pimple.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly popping zits.
You're there with like your extractor kit. Yeah.
Was it like you step on one, it would move to the other one?
Yeah, there's just bubbles of caulk.
Gross.
That's the name of my documentary.
Bubbles
of cock. But it smell like cock over there.
But it's crazy to me that you said that was also like off of Riverside.
Yeah, because I told you, and I remember you were like, "Oh yeah, someone died when I lived over there," and I was like, "Cool."
But it's crazy to me how like there were little pockets of apartment complexes like that off of like Riverside and Lakeshore, which were right on the water, like right on the river, like really prime real estate, and it was like run down and kind of a neglected part of the town. And, like I lived there because it was the cheapest rent I could find.
Yeah.
And now it's like all of that has been bulldozed. Now it's all expensive condos and like corporate headquarters and like big office buildings.
What was rent at a place like that back
I
then?
think I had a 1-bedroom there on Lakeshore. I want to say I paid like $575 or $600 a month
Jeez.
for it.
I think I was like 670 or 700 or something. Yeah. And this is like 2013 or 14. So pretty cheap.
That's when you were crying?
No. I was crying in 2011 or 12.
Oh, okay.
What year did you cry?
That's the title of this episode. What year did you cry?
You cry.
No,
Like what time today did I cry?
The episode title should be "The Spice Must Flow."
Oh, Dune.
That's right. That's a Dune transition.
Dune came out.
All right, you guys do your thing. I'll be over here.
Are you going to watch it, Barbara?
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. You didn't watch it like in the theater or?
Yeah,
Do an IMAX?
maybe.
Maybe. I watched it at home. It's on HBO Max. And people always get mad when I say something like, I didn't have to pay to see it. They're like, you already paid for the streaming service. I know, I didn't have to pay extra to go to the theater.
Do you not want to see it all grand with all the Zimmer soundtrack?
No,
Blasting your earballs off?
I just turned my volume up. I've got a decent sound system.
All right.
I've got a nice TV, so I watched it at home. I didn't want to go out and do all that. I've never read the book. I've never even seen the old Dune movie from '84. Like I have no experience with. I know some like cultural things. Like before while going in the menu, like sand and worms and spice and just like
I knew nothing.
generic shit like that.
I didn't know.
I don't know. And anything other than the movie is called Dune. That's all I know about it.
That's I think going into it blind is the best. That
No,
or having
it is
read
not. Because you will not understand a fucking thing that's happening in this movie.
Well, maybe if you're dumb.
No.
I
Well,
don't think Barbara's
here's the
dumb.
thing. Because Trevor saw it while I was out of town. He saw it with, I think, no, he didn't go with you.
Nah, I wasn't there.
He went with some people.
He went with me.
And he loved it, but I don't think he's ever read the book. He didn't know anything about Dune. And so I asked him, I was like, how easy was it to understand? He goes, they do a pretty good job explaining everything.
No. The whole time I was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck are they? What is this? What is this
He
happening?
was explaining shit.
Who are the Belle Janice or whatever? Like
Bene Gesserit.
Bene Gesserit? Like who? We're like, oh yes, they're the Bene Gesserit. What the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't use the voice. What? Your pitch was wrong on the voice. What the fuck is the voice? What the fuck are the Bene Gesserit?
Blaine rebuttal?
It's
Great
great.
rebuttal.
It's fucking
It doesn't
great. It's fucking great.
explain shit. The whole time I was like, who is that?
The voice, they did a demo of the voice right at the beginning.
But why can they do that? Can everyone do that?
No,
Are there
it's-
only specific
it's the
people?
Bene Gesserit trained people.
Why were
That's
they
why
mad
Jessica
that
and Paul
a
are able
man
to
was
do it.
doing it and not a woman?
Because the Bene
See,
Gesserit are female only.
It's not explained in the
That's
movie.
bullshit. She explains her. She says we're waiting for a male Bene Gesserit, the
And then-
Quetzalcoatl Haderach, and you train Paul without our permission. That's bad.
Even that kind of bothered me. Like, here we go again. The chosen one's gonna show up. Like, how many? I felt like I was just rehashing a story I've heard so many times.
It's an old story.
It's like
It invented like sci-fi. It's like if Herbert was the father and Shelley was the mother of sci-fi, in my opinion.
Southpaw 516 says Gus about to rage spoil this.
We
I mean, are there spoilers if
did you like it?
No,
Okay.
You
The
didn't
first
like it?
person I've
No.
heard who didn't like it.
it was like an hour and a half of exposition. Then some shit started happening, and then the movie ended.
Here's the thing: it's going to need to be consumed in its full. Like there's like a
I
3 to
understand.
3.5 hour cut, and then you're going to need part 2 to get the full book. It's not like Lord of the Rings. And I feel like that's an easy comparison to draw because it's two really popular novels that have been adapted into movies. But like Tolkien had shit to cut. There's like blue wizards that you never fucking see and Bombadil and stuff like that. Like all that stuff you can lose. But in Dune, I think every piece, he does such a masterful job of making it all
I made a
come together.
mistake watching it because I went in there blind, never read the book, never watched the David Lynch film. And also, because it was the Alamo, I was ordering food. So I was looking down, just like writing down my order. And I guess I missed the part on screen where it said part 1. So I had no idea. It was like, I had no idea it wasn't going to be a full story. So I was like,
it just kind of ends. You're like,
Wow.
what's going on?
Just in
interesting.
4 years and the full thing's out.
Sequels haven't even been greenlit.
Jeez.
well, you know, they'll do
It's
it.
I think they crossed the threshold that they needed to in terms of like domestic market to make a sequel. So I think it is coming, and it wouldn't be surprised within the week that they announced it.
There were so many just big questions, and like I was just like, I don't know what. I don't know why.
I'm so
I
happy
don't know.
with it. I think as an adaptation, there was a lot of stuff that they did have to rework or cut, but like from novel to screen, I think they did a fantastic job. It's beautiful.
I feel like if you've read the
epic.
book and like you know what's they're talking about, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It's shot. It's really pretty to look at. But the lots of times I was just like, that this doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like the story for me was the least impressive part. I just really enjoyed the visuals. I enjoyed the soundtrack. And I thought they did a really good job with the VFX. And they made all of the gigantic vehicles feel really big.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they got the scale of everything so right. And it just felt like
The one time
weighty.
The one time I thought the scale seemed a little fucked up is like they have these big vehicles that are out like farming the spice or whatever, and then they like at some point inflate the balloons.
Yeah.
Like for extraction. I thought they inflated too fast. Like those balloons are massive. Like where did that gas come from? Like it just seemed like they just like popped in a little too
I think
quick.
if you were trying to see it from a realistic point of view, the balloons were the weirdest part of the movie.
yeah, I was like, oh my god, like that would have exploded if that was
Just
real
like,
life.
boom, boom, boom. It's like,
The fuck?
what?
Can you imagine being a guy standing on one of those and then it launches? You're like, yeah, shit.
Eric,
No,
did you see it?
Great.
Oh, Eric did not see it.
No, I don't. I like Denis Villeneuve a lot, but I don't like big, like sweeping, grand. I don't like hard sci-fi because it's just religion and politics. And
Interesting.
this is a big, sweeping, grand thing, and it's just not my speed.
Gotcha.
I like a smaller movie.
The reason that I'm like not at all like pissed off that Gus didn't like it is because I told you this earlier, you served your purpose in the grand scheme of things. they logged your view. They have that metric that this many people watched it, and it's all going to go forth to making Dune Part 2. And that's all I care about.
I feel like I was about 2 hours in when I realized it definitely was going to be a two-parter, because I was like, we've hardly seen anything yet. Like, nothing big has happened. And at that point, I just thought, I am definitely going to need to watch this again before I watch the second. Because I'm not going to take in any of this.
That's what kind of made me mad when the movie ended. I was like, well, shit. Now I have to watch the second one, which means I'm going to need to rewatch this one again.
Yes, I had a very similar experience where when the 50 Shades of Grey books were out and they were very popular, I was like, I got to see what all the fuss is about. So I read the first book and I got, well, now I need to know what happened. So I had to read the other two books.
They gotcha.
You're forced into it.
Yeah.
I think they had to do that in order to honor the source material, because I actually haven't even watched the original Dune, the
1984 one?
Yeah.
That's surprising, because isn't it one of your favorite?
It's my favorite book, but I didn't want to watch that because I heard it was dog shit and it was going to ruin it for me. So the first time that I wanted to see Dune on the screen was through Villeneuve, because he's one of my favorite directors.
I never agree with the stance of like something being able to ruin something for you. Like if people talk about how
You make a great point.
when you like a movie, like let's say, I'm going to use this as a really bad example, The Little Mermaid, how they made like a sequel to The Little Mermaid, and I think a prequel as well or something like that. But people are like, oh, it's going to ruin it. It's like, well, the original thing still exists and you can still enjoy that. And like the same with the book, like you still are going to love the book regardless of if the adaptation was shit. You could say like, oh, they didn't do a good job of adapting it into a film, but it doesn't ruin the book.
I guess I should correct myself. You're absolutely right, because I think that anytime they do like a sequel or something, people are like, this fucking ruined it, my childhood, blah, blah. It's like, no, you should be happy because now more people are interested in the thing that you love, and now there's going to be a lot more merchandise and conversation around this thing that you love. So like, regardless of if you think it turns out good or not.
Fortnite collabs.
What? Did you say Fortnite?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Gavin
I
didn't
think,
say anything. I don't know
think
what you're
people
talking
should be happy when a series gets like rebooted or picked back up. But I guess what I meant to say is I didn't want to watch that original one because I wanted my first visual adaptation of this thing to be the prettiest like version of it, and that's why I waited to watch the Villeneuve stuff.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because I didn't want to have an association with like, oh, that's what Baron Harkonnen looks like, or that's what an ornithopter looks like.
Fair enough.
I think it was too long by about 20 minutes, but I liked it.
But it didn't finish. It
so
should
many
have been like
movies.
another hour.
There's so many movies that don't finish.
But
Matrix Part 2.
right, but they knew they were going to make a part 3. They don't know if they haven't even greenlit a part 2 for this
That's
yet.
the strategy, though. Maybe first of all, maybe this is all a fucking marketing thing, and like they're trying to like make they're militarizing their audience to go support it so that they can make more money because they know that they can make a part 2. That or Villeneuve is just like, I'm gonna make this dependent on 2 parts. That way I can guarantee I'll get my sequel.
I didn't realize how hard he leaned into that until I started watching the movie, and it was like the title comes up Dune, and then under it Part 1. I was like, what? 'Cause
I wish I saw that. I would have peed right there.
Did you see the Green Knight?
No,
Yes.
I haven't.
Did you see the Green Knight?
I want to see it, but I'm waiting for it to get cheaper to rent. Like, because I've heard very mixed things about it.
It was a movie. It was I don't want to say it was bad, because I don't think it was bad. It was just a lot. It was a lot of swelling music constantly, like you think something really big is going to happen, but it's like literally 2.5 hours of swelling music and like these big epic scenes that you think is going to result in something, but it's like, oh no, he's still just traveling, still just gonna, and it's like the purpose of it I didn't really understand. I don't know. It was a very strange movie.
I'll watch it eventually, but yeah, I have not gotten around to it yet.
It was just a long, loud movie.
Did you see Jimmy Bond?
I haven't seen it yet.
Hell yeah.
James Bond.
That
Good?
was very enjoyable.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that was good.
Did they end it like halfway through the movie and be like, tune in for No Time to Die 2?
No,
They
No.
didn't. Although I think it did say.
No Time to Die.
There you
I
go.
did call what was going to happen. Like literally, as it was starting, I leaned over to Gavin. I was like, "Hey, I think this is going to happen." Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew it.
Oh,
I'm not even going to talk about it.
in
Spoiler.
chat, Psychoma brings up an interesting point. Remember how The Last Airbender opened with book 1?
Yeah, but this ain't no Avatar, baby. This is Dune.
Just saying.
This made sci-fi.
Just saying. The
Tatooine.
book did 60 years ago.
Yeah.
The movie, to be determined.
This is the essential. This is Dune. This is real Dune.
Should maybe I should read the book. Maybe
I'll
I
let
should
you
go back
borrow. I
and
mean,
fucking
you
read it.
probably would hate having my
Isn't
germs
there,
on
like,
it,
a-
but I'd lend it to you.
Isn't there like a dictionary at the back of Dune or something like that to like
There is?
It's a glossary of terms because
translate
it's
terms?
like,
Never
dude,
mind, I'm
yeah.
out, I'm
No, do it.
I don't know.
I've already got enough nerdy interests. I don't need to learn fake Dune words.
Listen, if I'll invest time into learning about aeronautics, aviation, you should invest in my interest.
Start a
guys.
Dune podcast. I'll listen to it.
You should.
Henry Zabrowski from last podcast already did, and it's great. It's fun.
How do you have a podcast based around one book?
He did the whole series because there's 6 Herbert novels, and then his son went on to make a shit ton more. And I'm debating on if I want to read those or not.
So you've read the 6?
I am currently in book 4 of the Dune novels.
Jesus.
And dude, like the further you get into the novels, the more impenetrable they are in terms of adapting them. I don't think we're ever going to see beyond the second book in terms of like live action adaptations of Dune because they get fucking nuts.
They also just kind of say things without giving any further background
I feel
on
like all of your arguments, you could just point to Lord of the Rings. It'd be the same though.
Yeah, or Star Wars.
No.
Obi-Wan's talking about serving in the Clone Wars, and they don't answer that for 30 years.
But that's not central to what they're talking about. The stuff I'm talking about are things that are central to the movie. The Clone Wars they mentioned in passing, no one gives a fuck about. They don't bring it up every 5 minutes. But
everybody
Bene
in the audience
Gesserit,
knows
they
that.
bring it up every fucking other scene.
I think that they.
Who are these people?
I mean, do you get
A
a Jedi tutorial in Star Wars?
Yeah, you do. The Jedi were powerful. They're gone. They control the Force. The Force connects all living things. Done.
Yeah, but it doesn't explain like how it happens. You just see him go like,
Yeah, then in episode 1, Qui-Gon brings out the little razor and goes, oh, there's midichlorians in him. He's going to be a Jedi. Then in like the very beginning of Dune,
Okay.
so I'm prefacing it with this to say this is not a spoiler. It's like maybe the second shot of the movie. They say Arrakis has all the spice, so the spice is important because that's how ships can travel between stars.
Yes.
So they need spice to. That's the fuel.
No,
There's no
spices-
answer for that. They say
Okay.
the navigators require spice.
Yeah.
And that's all they say. What does that mean?
Well, you
say-
can
they
make
say
an
it's
assumption
a-
based on Paul's reaction to it to what it does.
yeah, they say it's a hallucinogen.
They have to hallucinate to be able to travel?
It gives you like prescience, is what it's called in the books.
What's prescience?
Prescience is like you have like a little bit of foresight. You can see a little bit into the future.
Oh, so it's like a psychedelic,
No,
but real.
yes, because you could be like, if we head this way, we'll hit a fucking asteroid, so we should turn that way, and that's how the navigators work. Yes, that's how the navigators.
All
are
right,
able to
kids,
work.
get super high before you get on the road. All right, you need that foresight.
So can two people huff a bunch of spice and see the same shit?
Yeah, they actually. Well, yeah. There's like orgies. There's spice orgies. It's
Do
Yeah,
they
people
have-
in chat are saying they want to see the spice orgy.
hell
the
yeah.
second- what-
Spice orgies are
And
rad.
the next one's just a hard R.
I think you watched the spice orgy right here. It's on the table in front of us. That's the pumpkin spice orgy right there.
I just thought of a TikTok idea. You know that audio that's like, add a little bit of spice, but then it's people just like fucking tripping out.
Spice orgy.
It was this Alec NG couple says, Gus, this is the story. You're upset at plot points. Listen, I reserve the right to be upset.
I think there are things that they did cut for the sake of time, which is a bummer. And I think that when the director's cut or whatever you want to call it comes out, you will. I don't know if you're going to want to sit through 3.5 hours, but I do think it's going to be able to answer a lot of the questions you have. There's like character motivations that were completely cut, and it's confirmed that those scenes were cut. But yeah,
Do you like director's cuts?
yeah, I think Aliens is fucking great.
I think it's a real mixed bag.
Hit or miss.
Yeah. Some director's cuts, you're like, it's great. Some are terrible. Some, like Blade Runner, they just never stop. Or even Apocalypse Now, it's like, which one is it? There's like 5.
You know what? I don't like the 97 recuts of Star Wars, but I think that overall most directors' cuts are pretty solid.
I like cold cuts.
Yeah, I feel like
Jesus Christ.
I feel like I'm fine with a longer movie in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like. I
I'm
wouldn't
so
want
happy
to.
with that.
I wouldn't want to go to a movie theater to watch the Snyder Cut. I would hate that.
Yeah, I don't actually think. Well, I didn't like either, though, in my opinion.
We watched the Snyder Cut in like 3 parts.
I haven't actually seen it yet, but it's like
'Cause
4
it's-
hours, right?
It's like I think
It's really long.
Just
What's
over
part,
4
though?
It's 4 parts, I think. I don't remember.
I don't
It's
know,
been
but
I
like
saw when it came out.
we watched it like 1 hour one night, an hour and a half the next night, and then like finished it up a third night. I don't know how anybody would finish that movie in one sitting. It is a chonker.
It is.
I watched it intoxicated. That was fun. Yeah, great times. Yeah. Nah, it's great. Dune's great. I'm glad you saw it because now Warner Brothers has your view.
I definitely felt like maybe I was wrong because I felt like everybody on social media and on the internet was raving about it, talking about how much they love it.
That's why I'm so surprised you didn't like it, because from what I've seen, maybe it's just, our social circle
you know,
eating it up.
Yeah.
They love it.
I think that's why Gus doesn't like it though. It's because he thinks it's overhyped. And
No,
he needs to
Gus
be
Worm's
contrarian.
done
I think I wouldn't. I don't think I would be like that. I don't think so. I think if I had the opportunity to enjoy it. I don't think I was prejudiced
It's
against
Dune.
it.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it again until I have to watch it for the second one.
I've seen it twice. I'm probably going to see it.
Have you watched it at home yet?
No,
Did you see IMAX?
both times. I saw it Bullock and then I saw it at one of the.
So you recommend it? Was it like shot 70 mil or anything?
There's a lot of scenes where they do that thing kind of Dark Knight where it switches aspect ratios.
Yeah,
And it can be like a little disorienting. Not really. Like there's like the epic scenes are definitely.
I was curious to see if streaming it at home if they were going to change aspect ratios, but if I remember, I was locked off the whole time.
They did a thing
Well, I
on
mean,
like
IMAX
social
would be
media to promote IMAX sales.
Squarer than your screen, wouldn't it? It'd
Yeah.
be
It
like
would be
beyond.
It would be
Fucking
pillar
massive.
boxed.
They even showed like the difference and like this is what you'll get if you watch it from home or on a regular screen. This is IMAX, and it's like
like going
there's
to
a scene of
Suncoast.
Dave Bautista like looking at all the sand crawlers, and it's like you're missing a chunk of the frame.
Something's pissing me off at the Alamo at the moment. They've
that?
burned in the crosshair to like align the projector. It's like burned into the sensor of whatever one I keep going in, whatever
So you
room
could
I'm.
see it on the screen?
It's just a very faint like
Oh,
X right in the middle of the
shit.
screen where they've just left it on for too long, probably.
You're like Trevor, where he picks up on the smallest things. Like if we're watching something, he'll be like, "There's a dead pixel over there," and I'm like, "I would have never noticed that in a million
Yeah,
years."
thanks for sharing.
Thank you. That's all I could see now. So now when I go to the Alamo, guess what? It's all I'm gonna fucking see.
Yeah.
There was like a cockroach at the James Bond screening I went to, and it was just like flying around or moving around.
Was it killing the vibe?
Big time.
Yeah. No time to die except right now, cockroach.
Get your shoe off.
I didn't see it.
James Bond was good.
Cockroach?
Didn't see the cockroach.
Definitely there. It was like on the like left third, right in the middle.
though. That'll ruin it.
I bet
for
it
you.
didn't buy a ticket either.
I didn't.
I'm gonna stream Dune tonight. I'm just gonna leave it on, walk away, just so they make the second one for you.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you real quick? How do you feel about movies that do what Dark Knight did and what you're saying Dune did, where they have scenes that are shot in IMAX, but majority of the movie is not? Are you like you're into that? Like you're cool? It doesn't mean anything to you either way? Or?
I'm pretty much unaffected, and I think sometimes it actually pulls me out, where I'm just like, oh, we're in 70, whoa, we're in IMAX now, and it's like, this is one of the few movies where I was fucking locked in, and I wasn't even thinking about like breathing or anything. I was just like, this is a movie.
I like it.
I don't like it.
I bet you. I'd be curious to see how many people don't even notice the aspect ratio change.
Most people don't.
I bet you most people would, if you asked them to be like, oh, I didn't even realize that it changed at all during that movie.
I was cursed with knowledge starting in Dark Knight is when I first noticed it, and then from then on I've just been like, fuck.
I wonder how Dune would be in 4DX.
Oh, windy.
just
They just
spice,
throw sand.
spice in your face and hallucinations.
Just replace all the wall.
I
with
imagine there'd be a lot of
gravel.
wind action, right? I haven't seen Dune, so I actually don't know what it would be like.
Some wind, yeah. A lot of heat.
I think I talked about it when Eric was out of town, how we went to see Shang-Chi in 4DX.
Yeah, that was
and,
cool.
And how it's like getting beat up.
All about 4D. That's the only way I'll see these movies now. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's like a
Eric trying to drink his beer. And
hell yeah. It's just like yelling at the screen, going, "Hell yeah, get him!" Like that's the movie that you can talk during and nobody gives a shit. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch Dune with you when I'm numb to it, you know, where I've seen it enough times and I'm
Oh.
not going to be offended.
I'll watch it. I just don't. Again, I really like Denis Villeneuve, but like I just think these big sprawling, just more stuff where it's like, you have an editor? No. Oh, hell yeah. Sick.
No, obviously they do because they just stopped.
That's
Like,
just a guy
right
going, that's
there.
long enough. You got to split it in two.
Is there a
Well, I'm out of
post-credit
hard
scene?
drive space.
Oh, I actually didn't stick around through all the credits to see if there was a post-credit scene, but I would gamble on no.
There's not? Okay, cool.
What if
Yeah.
the whole spice orgy was after the credits?
Fuck.
I'm going to sneak into the Alamo. I'm going to toss in my own footage of a spice orgy and just have it play at the end of Dune and not get in trouble for it. No evidence
Barbara
of me
Dunkelman,
doing-
troublemaker.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was Darbra Bunkelman.
Totally different.
Dunkelman.
Yeah, I guess that's like the big thing. I'd actually been looking forward to watching Dune for a while. Are there any other big movies coming out soon?
Couple.
Eternals.
Oh yeah, Eternals is like in 2 weeks, a week and a half. What else?
Batman's in March.
Oh yeah, there's
And
Batman.
then I think they pushed some other like Marvel. I think Spider-Man's at some point before.
Eternals is getting really mixed reviews so far. I don't know if it's still too early.
I'm going to that one like I did with Guardians, where I know fucking nothing about these dudes. Pretty stoked.
It's cool that Kumail's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that they don't even wait to reboot stuff anymore. They just continue making stuff.
What do you mean?
It's like
what?
Batman.
Oh, interesting.
Like, there's already been 2 Batmans since the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I think they were going to keep making Affleck ones, but I think he just like they want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Same with Superman. Didn't he just stop being Superman?
I don't know if they've ever confirmed that or not.
Oh, I thought he was just like, I'm done. I'm not gonna.
I think they had the door open for it to come back.
Did you see that rumor earlier that Warner Brothers wants to make a video game like Super Smash Brothers with all the Warner Brothers IP in it?
No.
It's just a rumor. I just read online right before we went live. And I don't remember all the characters they said were going to be in it, but the ones I do remember were specifically called out in this rumor were Shaggy and Gandalf.
I want to see that. I'd be okay with that. Also, Spider-Man: No Way Home is coming soon.
Is that in December?
I think so. It's 2021, so it's got to be in the next 2 months.
I think there's a rumor that a new trailer is coming out today.
Also,
Or at least
Matrix
it's-
Resurrection.
Oh, Matrix, yeah.
Matrix?
Matrix.
Let's do it. I still need to see 2 and 3.
There's also
Like a refresh.
this is 2022, but the Uncharted movie, which
no.
I don't know how people are gonna react to that.
That trailer, they just had a trailer come out.
Oh, did they?
Last week.
It's a
yeah.
bummer.
I haven't seen anything from it.
Well,
I made a tweet complaining about it because it's got Mark Wahlberg on it. And I think I tweeted something like, I don't know if I like Uncharted more than I dislike Mark Wahlberg. And someone replied and quote tweeted and was like, don't you understand? They cast a young Nathan Drake and Sully so that this franchise can live on for a long time. They're setting the stage for multiple movies. I was like, I didn't complain that they were young. I complain that I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
But also, that is a stupid argument because if you watch the trailer without it saying what it is, something from a scene pulled directly from Uncharted 2 is in the trailer.
I've not watched the trailer.
Oh yeah, and Spencer, the Princess Diana movie with Kristen Stewart.
Oh.
It's called Spencer.
Oh, I didn't know they were making that.
Oh really?
No.
It actually looks pretty good.
You see Last Duel?
No, the last duel I get confused with the Green Knight.
British. No, okay.
We did see Venom, which was
Whose freaking idea was it to go and see Venom?
not good.
Some.
I think it was just like we just wanted to go see a movie, and that was like one of the only ones out that we hadn't seen yet.
Someone said it was like way better than the first one.
I'd heard that too. That was a lie.
Who said that?
Trevor.
Was it Trevor?
I'm going to blame Trevor.
Yeah, I think Trevor's fully to blame.
No.
We got the invite the day before, and then Chris and I were both like, I guess we got to watch Venom 1 for the lore. And then we're just like, this movie sucks, but I heard that the new one's good. And then we watched the new one, and we're like,
Oh, it was you guys who said you liked the first one better, and I think Trevor's saying he liked the second one better.
yeah, I think the first one was better, and that's still not saying much because the first one's not good. But I fucking love Tom Hardy. Ooh boy.
Yeah, I couldn't understand a single thing he was saying as Venom.
I mean, a lot of the time it just straight up sounded like Bane
Yeah.
for a few lines.
Yeah.
But we should go get our tail. It's just like, what is he saying?
You should turn subtitles on at the theater.
It's also so bassy too.
I would legit go to subtitle screenings.
I would too.
There's a line in the Batman trailer where he screams something and I have no fucking clue what he says. He's like, I've been trying to get a hold of you, and he just goes, I'm like, what?
Just looking at the chat, Venom 2 was not good. Venom 2 was so much fun. I enjoyed Venom 2.
Bots!
The duality of man.
It's like watching Tenet with the subtitles on.
You need it.
Different movie.
Yeah.
Need it.
I've watched it like that, and it's like there's one when they're doing the car chase. There's one subtitle that says "unintelligible in reverse."
Yeah.
It's like the fucking subtitle.
Well, there were scenes where they were like on a speedboat trying to talk over the motor and like
or
in an accent too.
They had
with
microphones
the
like
plane when they're
Yeah.
like doing the plane thing, and they're like standing right by the engine
Couldn't hear shit.
talking. Like, I think this is important.
Yep.
There's also a bit where the woman explaining to him what Tenet is, and then it cuts to like that big water tanker thing, and he's like
Yeah.
doing reverse pull-ups, and it cuts to that, and it's like like ocean sound. But on the subtitles, she continues speaking like way lower than the volume. It's like important information. She's like, Tenet wasn't founded in the past; it will be founded in the future. Blah blah. It's like
what? I
It's
didn't
like,
know that.
huh? What?
Yeah,
Why was that? Do it again.
I mean, I don't know if we want to get into spoiler territory, but it kind of makes sense at the end of the movie.
I just feel
I guess
like
that was the deal. I pushed that one out of my memory. I thought it was good, but I think I agree with Eric for once on this one. That was like Nolan getting too much
much.
budget
It's
and
been
not enough
happening.
editing.
He's been doing that for years and years and years and years.
Not enough
He's a
editing.
big broad stroke guy. He does huge broad strokes and less details, and now there's no editor, and they just go, God, give him money, give him money.
It was
give him,
beautiful. It was beautiful
expensive,
on IMAX.
expensive.
I think that Interstellar though was still fucking incredible. I love that movie.
I need to rewatch that. I only
feel
saw
the
it
same way about
once.
it.
I love
Really?
Interstellar.
I just rewatched
It
it.
came out, I saw it, and then that
weeks
was
ago.
it.
I think
Pretty good.
that docking scene in Interstellar is one of the most tense moments
Oh,
in
yeah.
all of cinema.
Oh god, now I need to see it again.
I was at Wes's house and he filmed our friend Randy's reaction. And that is one of those really random things that still goes viral every now and then. So if you ever see a video of a guy, it's a screen of the docking scene, it pans over to a guy just going, that's my buddy Randy.
What's
love
crazy
Randy.
is that Hans Zimmer couldn't do Tenet because he was doing Dune.
Yeah.
But they came out so far apart, he easily could have worked on both. It's
Well,
crazy.
they got the guy that did the Mandalorian soundtrack instead. Which that guy fucks. He's great.
I would love to see a film set for a movie like that someday. Because obviously, like, we've done productions here at Rooster Teeth, and like we've done movies and big
Talking
shows,
like a
and-
multi-$100 million
but like
budget movie.
like a Marvel movie set, or like something like Dune or Tenet, like where it's just there's so many fucking people and so like many moving parts, and it's just like a massive undertaking. I would just love to see that in person.
Like a lot of green screen.
The
Yeah,
Marvel ones, yeah. The biggest set I was on was pretty big. It was the second Sherlock movie, and they had a smoothie truck at each end of the location. I think it was that big.
wow. It's too. The other one's too far, so
Yeah.
you need to put one over there. How many Starbucks locations? One on every corner.
And could you order from an app, more importantly?
Yeah.
I was talking to some random guy on set. I'm not sure who he was. And he was like talking to somebody about a Home Depot in town. And like they're going to change it into, it was an old worn down Home Depot, and they're going to change it into like a location. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'd heard that they were going to turn that into like a filming spot. And I was just like trying to like get involved in the conversation. I was like, oh yeah, people are talking film. I haven't talked, like local film in a while. And he was like, yeah, when I worked on Machete 2, and it was like, he was trying to like butt me out of the conversation because I wasn't experienced like him. And I was like, okay, I'm going to walk away from this conversation.
What a weird
He
situation.
He flexed. Gavin doesn't do that, even though he's like probably the person I know that's been in the most big budget shit. Does that make sense?
You did
Yeah,
a lot of
I
big
feel
stuff.
like everyone around here knows all my shit I worked on though, so I'm not bringing it up a lot.
What was your favorite
Favorite movie?
movie to work on?
Probably that one.
Yeah.
Because usually, with what I did, I was never a part of a crew for very long. Because
Right.
you don't film an entire movie in slow mo. But there was so much slow mo on that Sherlock movie. There was like 2 full set pieces that were just all shot on phantoms.
That must have been so
crazy.
cool.
Do you still hang out with RDJ and Jude Law?
Every weekend actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
How are they doing?
They don't like me.
Oh.
See him once a week.
Do you find you get more British when you go home to visit?
Yeah, Because
Yeah.
everyone there's British.
Right. I became so Canadian this weekend. People coming up to the booth and like meeting us are like, "Oh yeah, you having a good time this weekend? Yeah. Yeah, the weather's been pretty good." And it's just like you're talking back and forth, and everyone's like, "Oh, here. I was wondering if you get this on. Oh yeah, no, sorry. You go. Oh no, go ahead." Like it was literally shot out of me.
The other people who were there with you, who know you down here, were they like, "Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
What's going on?"
Did you load up on Tim Hortons and
Oh,
stuff?
so much Tim Hortons.
Oh,
Can you order off an app?
I did not, but I was walking around. I just popped in.
Fair play.
Got some coffee. Delicious. Got some ketchup chips and all dressed chips. Have you guys tried those?
I've never had all dressed chips. I don't think.
I have some with me right now.
is that like an everything bagel but chips?
No. Well, I don't know actually. Let's see if you guys like them.
While you pull that out, want to give a quick shout out to Gav for inventing a meme 7 years ago that's popular yet again.
Oh, what was that?
Oh right.
The snail assassin. It's making the rounds yet again.
People trying to figure out where that was coming from was so funny because it's from a Reddit, and then they're like, no, it's from like a screenshot of a tweet from someone else, and then it even got to the point where I was sent a screenshot of Rooster Teeth fans arguing where it came from within Rooster Teeth. They were like, no, it's from the podcast, and they were like, no, it's from like MDB. It's like, no, MDB happened because of the podcast,
Yeah.
and they're like, no. It was because of in Let's Build, Gavin would always ask Jeff, and they're like, no, it's because on the Laser Teeth set. And I was like, you're not seeing the common factor here. I'm a very irritating person to be around. I'll just ask people dumb shit all the time. I've been doing it all my life.
Yeah, well, I think what I saw on Know Your Meme was they tracked it down to August 2014 on the podcast.
Okay.
Is that the definitive answer? Is
Yeah, that was
correct?
that was the first mention of the snail, but the actual scenarios are just like,
Yeah, it's a massive trend on TikTok now.
Huh.
Like, but they're not using like audio for anything. It's just like a concept essentially.
Are people actually showing like? I haven't watched it. So are they like showing a physical snail or something? Or
It's just like if someone, let's say you're being chased down the street, it's like me and then the snail. They're just like referencing it.
got it.
All right, here you go. Again.
Now that I'm looking at them, I don't think I've ever had ketchup chips either.
thank you.
No?
Yeah,
The ketchup ones are the red ones, and then
I'm gonna.
it's funny how it comes around every few years, though.
Yeah,
Makes me smile.
I feel like we've been through a few cycles, and it's back again. All right, let's try these ketchup chips. Which ones are your favorite, Barbara?
honestly, I swap between the two. Sometimes I prefer ketchup. Sometimes I prefer all dressed.
Oh my god, it's like a barbecue chip, but different, and I love it.
And barbecue chips are normally shitty and terrible. This one's actually good.
I disagree.
Yeah, the ketchup ones are a little more tangy, I would say. Smell like ketchup.
What's the all dressed flavor supposed to be?
It's like a number of things. It's like vinegar, pepper, onion, a bunch of stuff.
It's good.
It's all the chip flavors.
All the chip
Oh,
flavors.
it's
You know
good. I just can't place that.
Yeah.
Crazy that like what $1 bag and those 5 chips you gave me are better than all $200 of shit.
Oh,
Eric fed me.
absolutely.
No? What? No?
Eric, have you tried these?
Oh, yeah.
Eric,
Oh, they're great.
next week
All dressed is.
you need to go
incredible.
to Canada and bring us Canadian snacks.
Oh, okay, I won't be here next week. I'll be in Canada getting you snacks, so it'll have to be the
Perfect.
week after. No problem.
You have to drive the Face Jam van.
I already did that.
They're really good.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
normally not a ketchup fan. I really don't like ketchup. I don't put it on anything, but
Yeah.
the chips are really good.
The ketchup chips are. Honestly, these are probably my favorite ketchup chips. I go back
I
and
think
forth though.
ketchup as a condiment is typically too sweet, and I don't like putting it. Like I don't even eat fries with ketchup, but those chips are good.
Anybody want some more?
The ketchup's the best. All jam, all shit, all
All
dressing
dressed.
All dressed.
tastes like too much like the cheddar ruffles or whatever.
Oh, interesting. All jam.
They're good. I love specific snacks like that. Like you can't easily find here.
I know. I had to smuggle them back. I was allowed to take them. That would be a real shame if they're like, you can't bring any Canadian snacks back with you over the border. I'm
Only
sorry.
American snacks.
Exactly.
Oh my god, scarves really do keep you warm. I was getting a little hot there.
When I was in Japan, Meg hit me up and she was like, "You should get us the limited edition Kit Kat from this specific place." And it stressed me the fuck out because I was like, I gotta find these things. Like I gotta find them. It's my mission. I gotta do this for Meg. I couldn't find them, and I felt so disappointed in myself. Man, I don't know. She was.
Still bummed about it.
I still think about it sometimes when I look
She
at
still
Kit Kat.
talks about it all the time.
Very upset by that.
She just stares at the gap in our pantry.
We're running low on time. We're going to wrap up here soon, but I want to remind everyone, at least everyone who lives in Austin, that It's not like a big like headline grabbing election, but it is election time. It's time for early voting in Austin and Travis County. Wherever you live, it might be as well. But I only know about our election here locally. Go out and vote. I think this is for Austin specifically, this is a really important election. And I think as of this week, only 4% of registered voters have voted. Please go out there and vote. I beg of you. You can read up. I mean, there's tons of different places you can go to get information about the voting. League of Women Voters, Austin Chronicle puts out their endorsements. I don't know, wherever else. Just look it up. You can find ballots online at like Ballotpedia and websites like that. If you want to see what's on your specific ballot, just put in your address and it'll show it to you. So please look into it. See, I voted. I got my sticker. I actually picked up 2 stickers. I wore one the day I voted, and I got another one so I could wear it today on the podcast.
Yeah, because I don't think you were wearing that earlier today when we saw you.
No,
Were you?
Yeah.
The sticker?
A compliment.
The sticker?
Oh.
No. The sticker.
The sticker,
I saved. It was in my car, and I put it on
Sure
before we started.
I didn't vote.
And you can't.
I read.
That's why I didn't
I
vote.
read something really weird the other day, and I sent it to Eric. I forget what the specifics were, but something like, in the United States, non-citizens cannot wear third-generation night vision goggles. And I was like,
what?
we should buy some night vision goggles and wear them for a podcast episode and then not let Gavin put them on.
I was going to say, are you going to put him on him and then have him get fucking immigrated or
Get
Set me up for
arrested.
failure.
kicked out of the country?
It's like such a
Bullshit.
it's like such a weird law.
You also can't own more than 8 dildos in Texas.
Is that still a law? Is that true?
I think it's 8. Maybe it's 9.
Also on UT campus, they don't allow sex toys, but apparently because of the open carry like gun policy, they're allowing theoretically you could bring a gun onto campus. So then people in protest are bringing dildos to class. It's great.
Nice.
Go UT.
I had to go through a whole thing to get hold of the phantom cameras that shoot really fast because apparently above a certain frame rate is considered like intelligence.
Oh,
sorry, what?
interesting.
That there's like export control and they don't ship them out of the country. And I'm foreign, so they're like, "Can we give this to him?" And I was like, "Go on, I bet you
Interesting.
can." And I don't know. They gave it to me in
Weird.
the end.
Such weird laws. That's so strange. That makes sense though. It's like if it's that high tech.
Yeah, I think it's like above 600 or something thousand frames a second.
And
It's
then you
like-
show them what you film, which is you falling into your pool for an
Yeah.
hour, and you're like, "Don't worry, I'm not doing anything."
Or the
just trying to
refresh
figure
on iPhones?
I'm just trying to figure out like what can you see above 600,000 that you can't see below. That's so
UFOs. Going real fast.
That hypersonic sled that they rode at night.
You should just film the sky for a whole day.
see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure that
That
the
won't be a lot of
exposure's
footage,
not
right?
going to be an issue for the darkest guys.
that won't be a lot of data, right? Filming for a whole day on your Phantom.
It'll be fine.
Was it the night before last? I think it was the night before last. It was a recent night. I was like getting ready to go to sleep. Got in my bedroom. Got into bed. Turned all the lights off, and the moon was like at just the right angle where it was like creeping right through my blinds and hitting right on my pillow. Nowhere else in the room, just like a square right where I put my
That's
head
the
on
moon
the
just
pillow.
sniping you.
Like getting sniped by the moon perfectly. It was so bright that even if I closed my eyes, I could still see light.
Jesus.
It was so fucking bright.
You know what they say? You can't fight the moonlight. You
They
can't.
do say that.
All right, that's it. We're done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go eat some
love a
pumpkin
sky.
spice shit. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Go see Dune.